Fall is a magical time in Bruce Lockhart's garden in Petersham, Massachusetts. Bruce's garden is actually a collection of smaller themed gardens, including a shaded woodland area, a meadow garden, a xeric alpine environment, and more formal spaces with hedges and planting beds. Over the years, Bruce has added, removed, and transplanted trees, shrubs, and perennials to create stunning plant pairings that wow all year long, but especially in autumn. In Fine Gardening issue 214, Bruce described a few of these dynamic fall combinations. Now, he will explain the history and design behind 3 of his favorite spots in the garden.
So the original design for this meadow garden was to be a Pete Adolph style garden with large blocks of the same plant to create blocks of color throughout the garden. Over the last 10 years, what has happened is that a lot of the plants that we put in weren't able to compete with the weeds and grasses that grew up. So over time, some things have disappeared and other things have flourished. So I've been watching what is able to survive in here and then trying to plant more of that and other things that I know are going to be tough enough to survive. And it's become a much more natural garden than the original idea for it. But I think I'm very pleased with the result. So this is the pond garden, and the planting idea for this garden was to have a collection of dark-leaved plants which are all around this gazebo. There's 9-bark and weigela and ligularia, desdemona, and then to plant grasses on either side, which creates a kind of privacy in the garden. And it makes it a wonderful place to sit, even on the hottest summer day. It's cool here under the gazebo and the sound of the pond, and it makes a wonderful place to sit and contemplate. So this is a mixed perennial and shrub border, and originally there were 3 grafted willow trees on either side of the garden, which, along with the box, gave it some structure. Unfortunately, they didn't survive. They slowly died one after the other. So they've been replaced by these grasses, which are Panicum Karl Forster, which I think is actually much less maintenance and more attractive. But during the spring and summer, there are many perennials in here that are in bloom. And at this time of year in the fall, the asters really take over. There's October skies and little Carlo, which is the one in front of me, and subtracting and adding plants every year. It's one of the most active parts of the garden.
One might think that a garden with so many different sections would look disjointed, but instead, every area works together to create a spectacular fall show.